My name is Alex Davidson. I'm the Manchester Central parliamentary candidate for the Trade Unionist and Socialist Coalition. We're standing on a platform of opposition to all austerity and reversal of all cuts that have taken place over the course of the last Parliament.
Okay, thank you. Andrew?
My name is Andrew Hickey. I'm the council candidate for the Liberal Democrats in Gorton South.
I'm Paul Davis. I'm a factory worker, a member of the Asda Trade Union, and the candidate for the Communist League in Manchester Central, in particular now campaigning for opening the borders of Britain and the United Kingdom to those fleeing from North Africa.
I'm a council candidate for the Trade Union and Socialist Coalition, and I'm standing really because I believe we've got to a point where public services are in absolute crisis after this government has used the economic crisis to cut back on all the things that they didn't want in the first place, which is the welfare state. And I'm completely opposed to the austerity measures, but I'm also opposed to the scapegoating that I think this government has used to try and take people's mind off who are the real problem, which is the bankers and big business who caused the difficulties. They're trying to blame people who've got health problems, people who are sick and disabled, people who are single parents, migrants, Muslims, you name it. I think there's scapegoating going on in a way of trying to diffuse it, and I stand against that racism, against the scapegoating and discrimination, and say that ordinary people need to stand together against austerity.
Okay, we've got Laura Bannister from the Green Party.
Hiya, I'm Laura. I'm from the Green Party. I'm standing for Manchester Gorton, so that's everywhere from Gorton, Rusholme, right up to the end of Fallowfield and Woolley Range. And I mean, what Karen said really, we feel very strongly that the cuts have been extremely harmful to people that didn't cause the economic crisis. We didn't cause these problems. We shouldn't be expected to solve those problems by losing our services in ways that are going to harm the economy in the long run and harm us all in the short term and in the long term. We want to reverse those cuts, and we're campaigning very hard to show that there is an alternative. It's possible to work completely with a positive budget in a way that supports people and gives us all what we need.
Okay, thank you. And we've got Phil as well.
My name is Phil Eckersley. I'm the UKIP candidate for Manchester Gorton. I'm standing here because I believe that Britain can be better than it is at the moment. I believe that Britain is better out of the EU, where we spend £55 million.
Let's hear the panel, please. Carry on, please.
Where we spend £55 million a day to the European Union, which can be better used in our own country. We need to have controls on immigration. At the moment we have mass uncontrolled immigration, which is putting pressure on our public services, our schools and our NHS. All that people are asking for is to have a controlled system, like an Australian points-based system. Very similar to Australia, and nothing more than that. We're not against immigration, we're for immigration, but it needs to be controlled and it needs to be quality immigration.
Okay, thank you, Phil. And
I'm David Semple. I'm Deputy Chairman of Manchester Conservatives, which covers the 4 central constituencies, including Gorton, Withington, Blakely and Broughton, and what's the other one now? It's Manchester Central. I'm also the candidate for the council. I'm also the candidate for the council for West Didsbury, where I'm standing for the second time.
okay, and we've got Kevin as well.
Yeah, I'm Kevin Peel. I'm a Labour councillor for Manchester City Centre. I'm up for re-election in a couple of weeks. I've been councillor for the last 4 years, and in a past life, before politics took over both my social and work life, I worked in the NHS. I worked supporting what used to be called patient public involvement forums. Then were local involvement networks. Now it's called Health Watch, and who knows what it'll be called tomorrow. So I have some limited knowledge, but I was drafted in an hour ago to do this, just as a hands up if I get too many tough questions that I don't know how to answer. So.
I'm sure there's going to be plenty of tough questions.